what we're seeing is, particularly on the prime side of things, that the market is more active than we've seen in the last 5 years. And there's definitely activity happening within the market, but I think we have to be realistic. The market is quite significantly challenged on the residential side of things, and particularly residential off-plan. If you look at what's happened in the secondary market over the last 5 years, we've seen a correction of around 30%. And now a lot of people are seeing a lot of value within that. Within the primary market, we haven't seen that level of correction. Actually, that correction has only been about 10%. So I think that market needs to correct itself before we see a full-fledged recovery. But I think there's still definitely activity, but also quite a lot of promise in the prime end of the market.
I want to pick up on that one essentially there, Taimur, because at the end of the day, it's basically what you're saying, which is that, we heard from the chairman of BAMAC. He's saying, crisis is good for Dubai, but as this crisis begins to flesh itself out, if you will, does that mean that the long-term outlook for the Dubai property market isn't as great, right? Because there are a lot of conversations happening right now about how higher taxes in Europe and the UK specifically are going to bring people here. But are they really going to be buying, and are they really going to be buying for the long term?
I think more and more so you are seeing that, and you've seen quite a lot of changes in regulation which effectively support that. So whether it's visa regulation or setting up businesses, we've definitely seen some early signs of those regulations actually encouraging individuals to buy into Dubai. The other thing is, if you look at, as you mentioned, taxes within Europe and even the US as well, with some proposed taxes coming up, but relative value for the quality of product that you have here, Dubai offers it quite well. It has compared to that $1 million, which will get you around 30 square meters in London, you can get around 160 square meters here of equivalent space, and I think that will attract people in itself as well.
So post-COVID economy here in Dubai, what's your outlook?
Look, I think it's clearly going to be quite challenging, but I think what it has done is push through some much needed regulations on the corporate side of things. And I think we'll continue to see those regulations being eased, particularly within the labor market as well, to ensure that some of the lost population that we have, which, is a high number, but most of it's on the lower end of the employment curve, is so to ensure that we can recapture that back and actually in size of the economy, which will actually drive real estate demand. But I think there's certain sectors will be challenged. If you look at the retail sector, for example, there's quite a lot of supply, which is already coming on. I think that will be significantly challenged within Dubai. Other markets in the region, I think, will outperform in that respect. The hospitality side of things, I think we're going to see a lot of market fragmentation. So your business properties, your corporate-led properties, I think there will be some challenges for those going ahead. But leisure, as we've seen throughout the pandemic, has actually done remarkably well